Hey, what's going on YouTube? In today's video, we're going to talk about how you can get your profile accepted onto Upwork. Upwork's one of the largest freelancing websites on the internet, and it's something that I still use to this day to drive leads for my SEO business. So this is coming to you as a question from a viewer from a different video who asked me to elaborate a little bit on the Upwork process. A few days ago, if you recall, I did a video comparing Upwork with Fiverr, as those are two of the largest freelance marketplaces online today. And my opinion is that Upwork is a better overall platform. You tend to get more qualified people working on it. You get higher ticket paying jobs if you're a freelancer. So there's a lot of Fortune 500 type of companies actually using Upwork on a regular basis to find freelancers in all sorts of industries: SEO, graphic design, content writing, copywriting, email marketing, pretty much any sort of digital job you can apply for and get with different companies through Upwork. So today I just want to talk about how you get your profile on here and you get going, because a lot of people, apparently Upwork has gotten more difficult in the past couple years. I've actually been on the platform for a while now. I applied, I think, in late 2014 or early 2015, something like that. So I got in, a while ago when it was a little less competitive, and now it's gotten way more competitive from what people are telling me. A lot of people have gotten their applications denied just on the basis of, it being too busy and Upwork not having a chance to process their application. So I'm not all up in the know on that. Again, I've been here a while, so I'm not exactly sure about that, but I can give you some general advice of how you can probably get it approved onto the platform. And I'm going to use a companion here. This is Upwork, by the way. But I'm going to switch over here to this article. This is by this really successful Upwork freelancer, freelance copywriter named Danny Margulies. I think that's how you say his name. He's one of the people that got me looking at Upwork in the first place several years ago. He's really motivating guy. This guy used to work normal jobs. He worked odd jobs. I think he was a waiter or a busboy at a restaurant at one point, like an Outback Steakhouse. And he started using Upwork. He launched his copywriting career on the platform. Fast forward to today, and he's making well over 6 figures doing freelance copywriting. And a lot of that is due to the work he gets on Upwork. Because really, on Upwork, you can find several clients who are willing to pay you very, very well for certain tasks. And a lot of clients will want to keep you on. If you do good work, they're going to want to keep you working for them for the next several weeks and months and beyond. I've personally had clients that I've worked with for 3, 4, 5, 6 months at a time, depending on the project. They'll have me do their SEO regularly, or what have you. So it's a really powerful tool for lead gen. But in this article, this is really helpful for people who are just starting out and they're trying to figure out, hey, how do I get this application approved? It seems like it's going to be impossible. Here's the thing. Danny lays out some really positive things about the platform, and I tend to agree with this. He says that the reason they reject so many people is because they're looking for high quality candidates. If you're on a platform where they pretty much accept every Joe Schmo off the street, then it's probably not a great platform. I don't know about Fiverr. I have an account on Fiverr, but only as a buyer. I don't have a seller account, so I don't know how their process is, but I'm guessing it's not as stringent as Upwork, because you're selling services for $5. And with Upwork, you can get contracts for well into the thousands. So this is a much more legitimate platform that way. And because of that, they have to be very selective in who they let in. But it's not the end of the world. You have to understand that you just need to start building up this very bare minimum portfolio of not even portfolio. I would say set up just the basis of credibility for yourself before you apply, before you start doing this process. In other words, create a business email address, right? He actually suggests that here, create a business email address. Now, I didn't use a business email address for my account, and I still got in. This is something I think is pretty optional, but I think the point he's trying to get across here is that you want to lend credibility to what you do. So if maybe you don't have a business email address, but you should have a website for your business at the very bare minimum. And it can be a tiny website. It can be built on a free platform like a WordPress or a Wix, just something. You need to be able to show the people on Upwork that you're a legitimate resource for their clients. Because at the end of the day, Upwork's a business. They need to make money off the people who are freelancing there, right? I mean, they take a cut of what you make on there. So they need people who are going to do a good job and keep their clients coming back to the platform. So just make sure that you're looking legitimate. And also, when you're telling them what you do, don't hold back. Choose as many subcategories as you can. I think he says here you can choose up to 4. But, if you're a writer, then you're not going to just choose article and blog writing. You're going to choose editing. You might choose creative writing, web content. You want to make yourself as expendable as possible, at least at first. You can always go back and change things. You can apply for jobs that are outside of your category range. If later on you decide you want to do something different, that's totally okay. But for the initial process of getting accepted onto the platform, you need to pick as many that relate to what you do as possible. And then same thing with skills. So think of it sort of like a resume. You're putting this information down, giving it to Upwork about all these things that you're good at. And you need to include, all your numerous skill sets. So yeah, what skills do you have? If you're into research, you type in research and it shows you all these results. If you do writing, you can type in writing and it'll show you different kinds of writing. If you're good with a certain software package like Microsoft Excel or whatever, Google Sheets, you can put that down. But you need to show them that you're good with different things. Because if you're just saying, oh, well, I do some creative writing, but I don't really use WordPress or anything, it's going to be tough for you to get a spot on here, honestly. You need to show that you're kind of diversified and that you're good at different things. And what else does he have? Yeah, so for the title part, I'm kind of remembering this as I read through his article, but yeah, for the title, I think, because I wasn't really considering myself an SEO when I first applied for Upwork. I was just into content writing. So I think I just put something like, skilled content writer with skilled content writer with SEO tactics, or who uses SEO tactics, or something like that. I tried to spice it up a little bit. The thing is, you don't want to sound lame and generic. You don't want to say, oh, I'm a consultant. Oh, I'm a writer. I'm a blog writer. That's not going to get anyone's attention, right? I mean, think of this as a job interview in a lot of ways. Like, you need to spice this up and make it sound interesting. So add some adjectives before your main profession. If you're a consultant, that's fine. Say something like consultant that gets results, or results ROI oriented consultant, something like that. I don't know. Work on some stuff. If you need to, open up a blank Google sheet and just start writing these out, line after line, and just see which one sounds the best. Ask some of your friends, get some feedback. Ask them, what do you think sounds the best? What do you think sounds most compelling? And just try to pick the best one. Don't overthink it at the same time, but pick something that sounds spicy. Like here he says, this would probably be too specific. Legal representation for underwater. Right. So I agree. You don't want to be too specific in terms of what you do, but you do want to make it sound spicy. You want to make it sound interesting. So like, instead of legal representation for underwater basket weaving, you say top-notch legal representation, whatever, for small businesses or something. I think you get the idea. And then they're going to ask for your employment history. And for this, it's like with any other job. I would just put down the work that you've done. Okay, so let's say I'm thinking in my case, right? So for me, I had never worked a marketing job before I created an Upwork account. So I just wrote down writing, the different blogging gigs that I had prior to that. I think I just said, oh, I worked on this blog from this year to this year, or I did, you know, I wrote articles for this website from this year to this year. I don't know, something like that. And I just sort of went that route. They're not going to ask you, they're not going to say, oh, I need to phone your previous employers to check your work. Like, they don't care about that stuff. So don't worry about it. Don't stress out. Just be honest. Like, the key here is to be honest and include your education. Be honest about it. If you didn't go to college, it's fine. Just be honest about it. It's not essential. Treat your profile like a resume. So that's kind of what I was saying, right? Just be honest with it, but also, you know, don't be afraid to spice it up a bit. In the kind of language you use. Don't lie on it, but use the kind of colorful language that, you know, makes it interesting and spicy, if that makes sense. And then you can add, so you can add portfolio pieces. And if you don't have a huge portfolio, if you're a beginner, that's okay. That really is okay. There's jobs on here for beginners. And people think that Upwork is a platform where you have to be in this industry for years. Look, I signed up on Upwork. I had relatively little experience at the time. And you can use Upwork. Upwork is great for gaining that experience. In fact, I gained experience on here, and that led me to a pretty high-paying job recently. So it's absolutely good for that. So just be honest about it, I think, is the main thing. And if you do need some portfolio pieces, then just go and create some. The nice thing about this business is you can literally just go off and create them on your own, really, without spending much time on it, right? I mean, if you're a writer, you can just whip out a 500-word blog post on some random WordPress blog and copy that URL into your resume here, and they don't care if it's an established website or not. They're just gonna look and say, oh, okay, he's done something. He is who he says he is, or she is who she says she is. And that's all they care about. They just want to see that you've done something. Then you can link your social media. And I think this is a good thing to do, if I recall correctly. Facebook and Twitter, if you have them. I only have Facebook. I'm not really a big social media person. I enjoy doing YouTube, but I think I just did my Facebook account. I linked that up, and it was fine. There's also skills tests you can take. And to be honest, I've never taken one of these on Upwork, and I still get regular gigs. So, I don't know. I think when you're first starting out, it might be wise to take one or two, but don't overthink it. You know, don't say, oh, I need to take this one and this one and this one and this one, or else I'm never going to get hired. I would say start trying to get hired first. And if you're not landing jobs within the first week or two, then you might want to take one or two of these, but don't stress out about it. You know, again, you don't want to overthink this stuff. At the end of the day, this is just a freelancing website. You know, this isn't your application for Google. It is what it is. So anyway, that's his article. This is up on freelancetowin.com. It's a really great resource for freelancers. I highly recommend it. I recommend you join his mailing list and get some great information. He sends emails pretty regularly, so you'll be learning stuff on a regular basis. Anyway, I just promoted another person's email list, but I really do believe in this. And I'm not an affiliate for him or anything, so don't, this is genuine. I really do enjoy getting his emails. So anyway, that will do it for this video and the Upwork, getting accepted onto Upwork process. I hope this makes some sense to you. Again, to be fair, I did this a few years ago, and from what I've heard, it's much harder to get in now, and it makes sense. I mean, it's gotten popular over the years, but all I can say is just be honest, be genuine, and be available too, because when they do the verification, I know someone was asking about a verification process. I think they do a video chat with you or something. Make yourself available, and just when they call you, just be very honest to them. Recently, actually, I did one with them to join their Upwork Premium program or something, or premium. It's for premium level, high level freelancers, or something like that, whatever. And they asked me to join. They invited me, and I had to do an interview type situation over Skype with a lady, and it went really well. But I tried not to overthink it. I just answered honestly, and I told her exactly what I was into and what I had been doing on the platform and what I wanted to do moving forward. And you know, she said, okay, excellent. Well, welcome aboard. We'll get you started right away. And that was it. So I can't imagine it's much different for the actual sign up onto the platform as well. So anyway, but if you have any more questions, please get in contact with me. Either leave a comment on this video, or you can head over to our website at wrayseo.com. That's rayseo.com, and just leave us a message on the contact page. We'll be more than happy to reach out. Either myself or one of us will do that. And thanks a lot for watching. Like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. And I'll be back with some more videos really soon.